Hey everyone! Before we start this incredible story, drop a comment and tell us where you're watching from. And if you love powerful true stories, hit that subscribe button right now. Trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next. Maya Johnson's door exploded into 1,000 pieces at exactly 3:17 in the morning. Boom! It flew everywhere like tiny missiles. Glass shattered across her clean apartment floor. 5 police officers rushed inside with giant flashlights that cut through the darkness like laser beams. Maya woke up fast. Her heart was beating like crazy drums in her chest. But something was different about her. She didn't scream. She didn't cry. She just slowly raised her hands above her head. Most people would be terrified. Most people would shake with fear. But Maya? She sat up in bed, calm as a summer breeze. "Get out of bed! Now!" shouted Detective Marcus Harris. He was a big man with angry eyes and a voice like thunder. Maya stood up slowly. She wore simple pajamas with little stars on them, the kind a kindergarten teacher would wear, because that's what everyone thought she was, just a sweet teacher who loved children. "What's this about officers?" Maya asked. Her voice was steady. Too steady. "Shut your mouth," Harris yelled, pushing her toward the living room wall. His hands were rough, mean. He slapped handcuffs on her wrists so tight they hurt. Maya's neighbors started turning on their lights. Mrs. Washington from across the hall peeked through her door. Young Tommy from upstairs started recording everything on his phone. "Y'all seeing this?" Tommy whispered into his camera. "Police just broke down Miss Maya's door. She teaches my little sister." Inside the apartment, the other officers tore through everything. Officer Jenkins ripped open kitchen drawers. Pots and pans crashed the floor. Officer Martinez pulled clothes from her closet, throwing them everywhere like trash. "Where is it?" Harris demanded, getting close to Maya's face. His breath smelled like old coffee and anger. "Where is what?" Maya asked calmly. "Don't play games with me, girl." But here's the thing: Maya wasn't playing games. She was playing chess. And these officers, they were just pawns who didn't know the queen was already 10 moves ahead. Officer Jenkins came back from the bedroom. "Nothing here, Marcus. Just teacher stuff. Books about shapes and colors. Stuffed animals. Kid drawings on the walls." Officer Martinez checked the bathroom. "Clean. Just soap and toothpaste. This lady's boring as hell." Harris's face turned red with frustration. They came here looking for something. But what? Maya watched them carefully. Her brown eyes followed every move they made. She noticed Harris's shaking hands. She smelled alcohol on his breath. She saw the fear hiding behind his angry face. This wasn't a normal police visit. This was something else. Something dirty. Something dangerous. "Check her phone." Harris barked. "And her computer. She's been asking questions. Sticking her nose where it doesn't belong." "Questions? What questions?" The neighbors outside kept growing. More phones appeared, recording everything. Mrs. Washington called her daughter, who worked at the news station. "Baby, something terrible is happening to Miss Maya," she whispered urgently. "The police are hurting her, and it don't look right. It don't look right at all." Inside, Maya remained perfectly still. Her breathing was controlled, professional, like she'd been trained for this exact moment. And that's when Harris noticed it. "Wait," he said, studying her face. "Why ain't you crying? Why ain't you scared?" Maya smiled just a little bit. "So small you might miss it." "Should I be?" she asked quietly. That smile made Harris more nervous than any scream could have, because in that moment, he realized something terrifying. Maybe they kicked down the wrong door. Maybe this wasn't just a kindergarten teacher. Maybe Maya Johnson was someone completely different. And maybe, just maybe, they had made the biggest mistake of their lives. Officer Martinez found it behind the bathroom mirror. A black phone, not a regular phone. This one was special, heavy, encrypted. The kind that cost thousands of dollars. The kind normal teachers definitely don't have. "Marcus, look at this," Martinez shouted, holding it up like a trophy. Harris grabbed it, his eyes going wide. "What the hell? This is military-grade encryption. Government stuff." Maya's calm face changed for just 1 second. A tiny flash of worry crossed her eyes. Harris saw it. He smiled like a wolf seeing a rabbit. "Now we're getting somewhere," he said, walking slowly toward Maya. "What's a kindergarten teacher doing with a phone like this? Huh? Who you really working for?" "I have a right to privacy," Maya said firmly. "And I have a right to see your search warrant." "Search warrant?" Harris laughed meanly. "We don't need no warrant for criminals." "Then show me what crime I committed," Maya challenged. Harris's radio crackled. A voice came through. "Harris, this is Captain Daniels. What's your status?" "We're getting calls about your location." "Lots of calls." "Everything's under control, Captain," Harris lied into his radio. "We found encrypted equipment. Subject is definitely involved in something." But things were not under control. Outside, the crowd had grown to 20 people. Tommy's live video had 3,000 viewers watching. The local news van was pulling up. Reporters were jumping out with cameras. Inside Maya's apartment, Officer Jenkins found something else. Papers. Lots of papers. Hidden in a box under her bed. "Marcus, you need to see this. Right now." Harris walked over. His face went white as a ghost when he saw what was on those papers. Bank statements. Police reports. Photographs of officers taking money. Detailed notes about illegal activities. Names, dates, locations, everything. And right at the top of one page, Captain Robert Daniels, casino payments, evidence log 247. "Oh no," Jenkins whispered. "She's been investigating U.S." Harris felt like his stomach dropped to his feet. His hands started shaking worse. "Who are you?" he demanded, spinning toward Maya. Maya's calm face turned into something different. Something powerful. Something that made grown men nervous. "You should have checked more carefully before breaking down my door," she said quietly. Harris's radio exploded with panicked voices. "All units. All units. Federal vehicles approaching the area. Repeat, federal agents en route to your location." "Federal?" Martinez's voice cracked with fear. "What federals?" Harris grabbed Maya by her shirt. "What did you do? Who did you call?" "I didn't need to call anyone," Maya said with a small smile. "They've been watching you this whole time." Suddenly, bright lights flooded through every window. Not police lights. These were different. Whiter, brighter, more powerful. A loud voice boomed from outside. "Atlanta Police, this is a Federal Bureau of Investigation. Step outside with your hands visible." Harris's face showed pure terror now. "No, no, no, no." "Drop your weapons and release the woman immediately," the voice commanded. Jenkins looked at Harris with scared, angry eyes. "What did you get us into, Marcus?" 3 more corrupt officers rushed through the broken door, Officers Brown, Davis, and Williams. They were part of Harris's secret group, the ones taking money from criminals, the ones Maya had been watching. "We got a big problem," Brown panted. "FBI has the whole building surrounded. SWAT teams everywhere. Helicopters. Everything." Outside, neighbors were cheering. Mrs. Washington shouted, "That's right. Leave Miss Maya alone." Harris made a terrible decision. He pulled out his gun and pointed it at Maya's head. "Nobody moves, or the teacher gets hurt," he screamed. But Maya didn't look scared at all. She looked disappointed. "Detective Harris," she said calmly, "I'm going to tell you something important. Something you should have discovered before tonight." "Shut up." "My name isn't just Maya Johnson," she continued, her voice strong and clear. "My full title is Division Chief Maya Johnson, Federal Bureau of Investigation, Organized Crime Unit, Atlanta Division." The room went completely silent. You could hear a pin drop. Harris's gun hand started trembling. "Yo, FBI." Jenkins whispered in horror. "For 15 years, Maya confirmed. And I've been undercover in this neighborhood for 2 years, watching you, recording you, documenting every dirty dollar you took, every law you broke, every life you ruined." "Impossible," Harris said, but his voice was weak now. "The encrypted phone you found? It's been recording this entire conversation. Every threat, every assault, Every word. Martinez dropped to his knees. We're done. We're completely done. Outside, the FBI voice boomed again. You have 60 seconds to release Chief Johnson and surrender. This is your only warning. Harris's gun was still pointed at Maya's head, but his hand shook like a leaf in the wind. Put the weapon down, detective, Maya said calmly. You're only making this worse. Worse? Worse. Harris screamed. You destroyed my life. 20 years on the force. My pension. My family. You destroyed your own life when you started taking dirty money, Maya replied. Her voice was strong, like steel. When you hurt innocent people. When you became the very thing you swore to fight. Outside, FBI Special Agent Thomas Crawford spoke into his megaphone. Detective Harris, this is your final warning. Release Chief Johnson now or we will breach the building. The other corrupt officers, Martinez, Jenkins, Brown, Davis, and Williams, all looked at each other with pure panic in their eyes. We can't shoot an FBI chief, Martinez whispered desperately. That's federal murder. We'll never see daylight again. We're already finished. Jenkins shouted, tears running down his face. 2 years. She watched us for 2 years. Harris's face twisted with rage and fear. But slowly, very slowly, he lowered his gun. Smart choice, Maya said. The front door exploded open, but this time it was FBI agents in tactical gear. 20 of them poured in like a powerful wave. Red laser dots from their weapons painted the corrupt officers' chests. Hands up! Hands up now! All 6 corrupt officers dropped their weapons and raised their hands. They knew it was over. Agent Crawford rushed to Maya, quickly removing her handcuffs. Chief Johnson, are you injured? I'm fine, Thomas, Maya said, rubbing her wrists. But we need medical to document their assault. Evidence for trial. Crawford nodded and spoke into his radio. Medical team, we need documentation of assault on a federal officer. Harris stared at Maya with broken eyes. How? How did we not know? Maya straightened her pajama top and looked him dead in the eye. Because I'm good at my job, detective, really good. While you were counting your dirty money, I was counting your crimes. She walked slowly around the destroyed apartment, addressing all 6 officers. Officer Martinez, I recorded you taking $15,000 from the Riverside Casino manager on August 3rd. Martinez's face went pale. Officer Jenkins, I have video of you planting drugs on innocent people. 7 cases. 7 innocent lives ruined. Jenkins started crying harder. Captain Daniels, oh yes, I know you ordered this raid. I have 18 months of recordings proving you run the entire operation. Maya pulled out her encrypted phone, now unlocked. On the screen were thousands of files. Photos, videos, audio recordings, bank statements. 32 corrupt officers total, Maya announced, all connected to organized crime, all about to face federal charges. RICO violations, conspiracy, assault on a federal officer, attempted murder. You're looking at life in prison. No parole. Harris fell to his knees. Please. I have kids. I have. So did the innocent people you framed. Maya cut him off coldly. So did the families you destroyed. Did you show them mercy? Silence. Outside, the neighbors erupted in cheers as federal agents led the handcuffed officers to waiting vehicles. Mrs. Washington was crying happy tears. That's our Maya. That's our hero, she shouted. Tommy's live stream had exploded to 50,000 viewers. Comments poured in. Justice. This is what real heroes look like. FBI boss lady. 3 months later, Maya stood in federal court as a judge read the verdicts. Detective Marcus Harris guilty on all counts. Life imprisonment. Officer Martinez guilty. 25 years. Officer Jenkins guilty. 30 years. One by one, all 32 corrupt officers received their sentences. Years and years behind bars. Justice served cold and final. After the trial, Maya visited her old apartment building. The landlord had fixed her door. Mrs. Washington brought her homemade cookies. You still gonna teach kindergarten? Tommy asked, his little sister holding his hand. Maya smiled warmly. Actually, I'm going back to my real job, but I'll never forget this neighborhood. You all helped me. Your videos, your voices, your courage to stand up, that mattered. Will you catch more bad guys? Tummy's sister asked with big, curious eyes. Every single day, Maya promised. Because that's what heroes do. We don't give up. We don't stay quiet. We fight for what's right, even when it's dangerous. She knelt down to the little girl's level. And maybe one day, you'll be fighting for justice too. FBI could use more brave souls. The little girl's eyes lit up like stars. As Maya drove away from that neighborhood, she looked at a new case file on her passenger seat. Another city, another group of corrupt officers, another undercover mission. Justice never sleeps. And neither does Division Chief Maya Johnson. If this story moved you, if it made you believe that justice is real, then we need you to do 3 things right now. Hit that subscribe button like your voice matters, because it does. Drop a comment telling us, what would you do if you were in Maya's position? Would you have the courage to stand up against corruption? Share this story with someone who needs to hear it. Someone who needs to know that heroes come in all colors, all genders, and sometimes they are hiding in plain sight, fighting battles we never see. This is Story That Save. We love you,